Hello everybody, Tony here and welcome back to another episode of TTBurger Game Reviews, and today we are on episode 120. And yes, we're already on episode 120 and it's been a long time coming since I started out here on YouTube, and it's hard to believe that we're already on episode 120 of my game reviews here, definitely. Today I want to talk about the space flying combat vet genre and stuff. The space combat vet genre has been around for quite a while and stuff, and the 90s is when it was really popular and stuff. You had a bunch of games in this series, like you had a bunch of Star Wars games based on this, like the Rogue Squadron games and stuff, and you also had Star Fox and the Wing Commander games and Van Ark and more and more and more. And it was a very popular genre for its time. It was basically a simple concept: you flying a spaceship, you dogfighting enemies, getting the objectives done and stuff. It was a fantastic genre and it worked really well. Although there were some that were kind of disappointing, like this game right here, Zeitgeist, aka Jupiter Strike and stuff. And yeah, that game still holds up as one of the worst space combat vet games out there and stuff. So just had to put that out there and stuff. And anyone wants to know what I'm talking about, go check out my review of Jupiter Strike, because if you want to learn more information and stuff. But if we get started here, there was one series on the PlayStation that popularized the space combat genre, and that was the Colony Wars series by Psygnosis. And we're going to be looking at those games here. This will be in 3 parts. Part 1, we're going to look at the original Colony Wars. Part 2, Colony Wars Vengeance, and then Part 3, Colony Wars 3, Red Sun. And we got a lot to talk about here, so let's get started with the original Colony Wars on the PlayStation by Psygnosis, released on October 31st, 1997. Now, what is this to say about Colony Wars? It's a fucking awesome game. It definitely shows that they were capable of making a fantastic space-flying combat game on the PlayStation, and they succeeded really well. It's a fucking awesome game. Like I said, it does have a couple problems that I'll mention in the badge and stuff later on, but we'll talk about the core parts here and stuff first. The main thing that I enjoy about Colony Wars is how you feel like you're in control of this fight and stuff, or the combat, the dogfight, or whatever. You basically can do whatever you want here. You can go right ahead and do the mission objectives, or you can just go and spend time killing the enemies and stuff, and then you can play the game the way you want to play it. Sure, like you have to take the objectives and stuff like that, but if you're looking to get some more points and to help you out in each level and stuff like that, you can kill the enemies and just go straight to doing the objectives and stuff. How you do it, it's your choice. You control the fight, so you do it the way you want to do it, and that's what makes Colony Wars fucking awesome. And they're set up like that where you have complete control of what you want to do and how you handle the missions, and that's just the way it goes there and stuff. Now again, things started here with our review of Colony Wars. The story starts like this. It is pretty much narrated by this James Earl Jones impersonator with a British accent, and tells you of the war between the League of Free Worlds and the Colonial Navy, and you are a member of the League of Free Worlds trying to restore peace to the galaxy. It's a great story, and even though it's been done to death, it still works really well for a game like this. For the presentation, the graphics are fantastic for the most part. The ship models look great, and the enemy models look great too. Even though some of the enemy models can come out a little bit blocky, I'm still okay with that, because this was the 90s. They weren't gonna have high-tech graphics at the time and such. There are a few slowdowns here and there when the action gets pretty hot, but the slowdowns are so rare that you won't even notice it at all. And the CG cutscenes look great too, but they still look great to this day, and look very smooth looking and stuff with the frame rate, and the cutscenes look great, definitely. Now for sound is awesome. I love the sound. The voice acting is great. There's not really many voice actors, but the best voice actor has to be the James Earl Jones impersonator, and he sounds awesome. Sure, some people may complain that this game is just trying to rip off Darth Vader and stuff like that, but that's different though. Darth Vader was a villain. This guy is a narrator and stuff like that. So it's just the way his voice sounds. There's nothing you can do about it and stuff. I mean, there's nothing you can do. They wanted a narrator to sound like James Earl Jones, and we got a narrator that sounds like James Earl Jones. And it's the best part of the sound, definitely. The other voices, like the briefing guy who tells you the briefings, and the woman who tells you mission to complete and stuff like that, and your comrades talking during the missions, also sound great. The music is really good, but I didn't really pay too much attention to the music because I was busy playing the game. But I listened to some of the music on YouTube, and the music is great. In fact, you can find the soundtrack on YouTube, so definitely listen if you want to hear this music, because it's awesome. Now for gameplay is fucking awesome. Like I said, it's a simple spaceflight combat game for the PlayStation, and it works really, really well. You fly different types of spacecrafts, and you do mission objectives, and there you go. The game has this win-lose system where if you lose a mission, the game keeps going, and it alternates your path for you and stuff. There are multiple endings in the game, depending on how well you do in the game. 5 different endings and stuff, plus one secret ending after you get all the endings and stuff, and you unlock the mission tree when you complete the game. And I usually try my best to go for the best ending possible, and it will take some time because for beginners the game can be hard, but once you get used to it, the game is a blast to play, and you'll be able to get through it in no time. The game is very open with a lot of huge levels, and it's very huge. You can just fly around and stuff while you're doing your objectives. It's very huge and very open like too. And you got multiple camera angles to choose from. I like to choose the third person behind the back camera for this game because for some reason I just wanted to do that because in most flying games like this, I like seeing what your ship looks like and stuff. So I chose that. Now I know for Wing Commander 3 and 4 I chose the cockpit pick first person view and stuff, but there was a reason for that, and you would see what I mean when you play the game. And the controls are very balanced as well. Like they're very balanced, they're very fluid and stuff, and they work really well. And there are tons of missions in this game, like 70-some missions, even though you won't see all of them when you're trying to go for a certain path and stuff, but there are tons of missions on this game. So many that actually comes on 2 discs here, and there's tons of content here to keep you busy for a while and stuff. But now I gotta talk about the bads here, and I'll tell you some of the bads here, and I gotta say this here. Sometimes the enemies can get in front of a friendly unit, and you can target them on accident, and if you target them too much, they'll turn against you and stuff and start shooting you and stuff. The save system isn't that great. You can only save after every 3 missions, which can be a pain in the neck if you fail a mission in between and stuff there too. And some missions can be a little short and over very quickly. But for the most part though, Colony Wars is a fantastic game. It's definitely worth it, and if you want a space combat game, this is definitely the way to go. My final thoughts here on this are, pick the game up. It's definitely worth it. Colony Wars is definitely a fantastic space combat game, and it definitely shows that they're capable of handling this stuff on the PlayStation. Due to the complaints I have with the game, the score I'll be giving it is a 9 out of 10 because of what I mentioned here and stuff, like with like the enemy units and stuff, and getting in the way of the friendly units and save system and stuff, and the missions being a little too short. It's worthy of a 9 out of 10, and that's the best score I can give it. And that's it for this part of episode 120. Stay tuned for episode 120 part 2. We're going to be looking at the sequel, Colony Wars Vengeance. Now how does this game fare out compared to the first game? Well, find out in episode 120 part 2. Which all I gotta say, this is Tony, peace out, have a great day, and see you all in the next episode.